Hello, my name is Jesus Garcia, and today I'll be explaining my code. Right here at the start, I'm just initializing everything on my eye sizes, my leg length, my arm length, my square size, and then I'm also declaring my public static void main, setting up all my methods that I used, and over here down here, my method setup canvas. I just initialize the canvas size, the color of the background, and my pen speed. Right here on my draw square method, I draw the square. I use a for loop to do it 4 times, and then it finishes it, and then we move on to the eyes. I put my coordinates in and move my pen. I lift the pen up. I move to those coordinates that I initialized up top, and then I do the same thing. I make square eyes, so I run a for loop 4 times to draw it, and then it finishes it, it lifts it, it moves it to the other side of the opposite side, and it draws the other eye. Then we move down to the legs. I initialize the coordinates, I move them down there, and then I draw them. I use my method of the length to draw them, and then I move on to drawing arms, and I do that twice for the legs. I move on to drawing arms, I set my coordinates, and then I initialize my coordinates, and then I move them to those coordinates, and I start drawing my arms for those. Next, I move on to my method to draw my character, and I just use my other 4 methods from the drawing the square of the body to drawing the eyes, the arms, and the legs to draw my boy SpongeBob. And then I draw the fishes that I have on my canvas. I set the coordinates, I initialize them, I move them to those coordinates, and then I lower the pen, I set my color to orange, I move it at a distance of 25, I turn right 45, I draw 18, I turn 90 degrees, I draw 18, I turn 45 degrees, I turn 25, I finish it, and then I lift it. I do it again for a second fish, and if we move more to the bottom, you'd see that I use a for loop, and I use that for the eyes. And then here I have my seagrass. I set my coordinates, I initialize them, I set my color, I set the width, I use a for loop to draw 3 times, and that for loop I do another for loop that draws 3 times more, and that's just making the squiggly lines that go up and down, and I finish the fill, and then that's how I coded my drawing. Um, I'd say the hardest part about this project was just making sure the positioning of everything. It was hard to get understand, but once I understood it, it was a little bit easier. I still had trouble with the fish. But other than that, I mean, it was fun. Thank you.